Foreign policy obviously will factor into the upcoming election. We are just 4 weeks away from the actual first voting, hard to believe, of the presidential campaign. And the respective national frontrunners are ramping up efforts to expand their leads tonight. We begin our 2016 coverage with Chief Political Correspondent Carl Cameron in Des Moines, Iowa, where Donald Trump is about to start paying to get his unfiltered message across. Good evening, Carl.
28 days of the first caucuses. Trump's been on the campaign for months now, and tomorrow he will launch his first paid TV commercial. Hasn't done any of that in this entire time, and he'll be doing it when he's already received countless airings of that ad by the TV networks, and not without causing some controversy with it.
The network morning shows and cable news channels have all been running it over and over.
He'll quickly cut the head off ISIS and take their oil. And he'll stop illegal immigration by building a wall on our southern border that Mexico will pay for.
The video depicted a border incident from Morocco in 2014. PolitiFact contacted the campaign, and the spokesperson said she didn't know where the video came from and could not speak for the production company. Campaign manager Corey Lewandowski denied a mistake and told Fox that the use of the video was intentional to show just how bad the borders can get, and they're not changing anything. Trump, who's now second to Ted Cruz in most Iowa polls, largely ignores the Texas senator, who himself faces sky-high expectations and 4 weeks of intense attacks as the caucus frontrunner.
A couple of weeks ago in the campaign, just about every Republican candidate was attacking Donald Trump. Now, 2 weeks later, just about every Republican candidate is attacking me. Things may have changed a little bit.
Cruz's 6-day Iowa bus tour is aimed at not taking his lead for granted or peaking too soon. Ethanol backers, angry at his opposition to federal subsidies crucial to Iowa's economy, are following Cruz to every stop.
Ethanol is a tremendously important issue. I support ethanol and corn farmers. We should have no subsidies, no mandates whatsoever for any energy source.
Marco Rubio in New Hampshire stepped up his criticism of Cruz's judgment for voting against defense authorization bills in the Senate.
ISIS cannot be filibustered. While some claim that they would destroy ISIS, that they would make the sands of the Middle East glow in the dark, my question is, with what?
Also in New Hampshire, Chris Christie called Trump and Ben Carson protest candidates, and Cruz the embodiment of the establishment.
He's a United States senator. He went to Princeton, Harvard, did a clerkship in the high federal courts, and then worked for the Bush administration. Seems to me he's an establishment guy.
Jeb Bush, who's had millions of dollars in commercials run, added a new one on ISIS to compete with Trump's.
We are at war with radical Islamic terrorism. We have but one choice: to defeat it.
John Kasich slammed all 3 senators in the race when he compared Rubio to President Obama by asking if the country has amnesia when it comes to senators who run for president before finishing one term. The 2012 Iowa caucus winner, Rick Santorum, debuted an attack out of his own, mocking Cruz as a lightweight freshman senator.
Ted Cruz is wonderful at reading children's fairy tales on the Senate floor.
Sam, I am.
Santorum's upset caucus win in 2012 is an object lesson. He's been saying now for 3 years and 11 months that it wasn't until the last 3 days that more than half of his supporters made up their mind. And it's an illustration of just how volatile the next 4 weeks are going to be on the caucus trail. Brett.
We'll be out there in Des Moines later this week. Carl Cameron, thank you.